The topic for today is obviously going to be custom GPT. What is the difference between a custom GPT versus a normal GPT, and also touch upon on how we use custom GPT here at Revv Growth. Before that, I'll introduce myself. My name is Tahir. I work here as a senior growth lead. I take care of multiple client projects, which can be bootstrapped and also Seed A, Seed B companies. We do multiple things for them, from AI overviews, optimization to LLM optimization as well. So that's about me. We'll dive deep into how to build a custom GPT from scratch, and what are the use cases, and how GPT is different from custom GPT, right? So I'll start from that, right? So we set some context. If you look at it, right, GPT doesn't have access to tools, right? So GPT works independently. It has only access to few information on the site, web, obviously from Google, Bing, and all of those data sources, right? So that's the only access it has. But apart from that, it cannot access your some other data source, like for example, Hrefs in my case, or Semrush in my case, or any other data tools like for example Google Analytics, or Google Search Console, right? Those are predominantly the data sources that I use. Or if you're a performance marketer, then Google Ads, also Google Ad Manager, LinkedIn Ad Manager, all of these are data sources, right? So you get a lot of data. Obviously, now that we have MCP and all of those things, that's a different ball game altogether. But specifically, this LLMs don't have access to these specific private data sources. How do you give access to that is what we'll talk about. So that's the main difference. Custom GPT, basically, you predominantly create a GPT that can work only for one specific task. You train it so well that it becomes a master of that specific task, and you give it tools, so that it can also read data and can help you with, it can fetch information from somewhere and give it to you as well. Or if you want to tweak some information there, you basically can do that as well, right? Dependent on your use cases. So today specifically we're going to look at SEO, like I told you. So again, I'll show you how I created this, right? After that, I'll tell you how we use it here at RevvGrowth. This is something we've created at RevvGrowth. So you will have to start with naming your custom GPT. So I've named it data for SEO expert, and here is where the magic happens actually. So if you look at agentic capabilities, right, agents, like obviously you guys would have heard about agents. Even if you look at agents, right, they have something called prompts within. You write prompts for how the agent should behave, how the agent should give the output in what fashion, and all of that. And it also has access to knowledge bases, right? These knowledge bases are basically tone of voices. If you're a content creator, if you want to create certain landing pages or something, you obviously give the tone, brand voice. If you're a designer, then brand book, and a lot of those things, so that the agent has information to these knowledge bases, and it can take informed decisions, and it can only restrict itself within that boundary that you set with your knowledge base. That's the agentic capabilities. Now ChatGPT obviously has brought in that capabilities here also. So in a way, you have the introduction, which is basically a prompting. You say, okay, now in my scenario, I've said that you're an SEO expert with 10 years of experience. So give it some information about what the assumption should be. All of these information, basically, I've given it to custom GPT. I've given the best practices to follow, how to create keyword briefs, how to ensure proper canonical tags are added, how to find backlink opportunities, a lot of those things. So this is basically to make custom GPT understand essentially what it is going to do, right? So we are setting up the context with the instructions. Now you can obviously start off with the knowledge base, right? At the moment, we have not added any knowledge base, but highly recommended that you guys also add knowledge bases. If you don't add knowledge bases, then it will be difficult for GPT to understand your tone of voice, like I told you, or any other information. It can be a vision mission statement if you're a SaaS company, right? All of those things would be highly recommended if you want to, if you add a knowledge base, it will be good for you. The next thing is something called, I get into something called code interpreter and data analysis. This is where the magic happens. You basically have to add a code for data for SEO. So data for SEO is just an API platform for all the SERP data. For example, when I say SERP data, it is going to be your traffic data, essentially your keyword data. Traffic data can be how much organic traffic is company A getting, how much organic traffic is company B getting, all of that, right? And if you want to talk about the keyword data, it's going to be about how much volume a particular keyword A brings in, or how difficult it is to rank a keyword B. What are the secondary keywords for keyword A? What are LSI keywords for keyword A? Those kind of information. You can also get an information about the site itself. For example, for us Revv Growth, right? I can get information about what is the monthly organic traffic that Revv Growth gets. That's the site information, right? So all these kind of informations are obviously available on data for SEO. It's pretty cheap. It costs you $0.01 for every run that you make for the API, right? So that's the cheapest. If you go and opt in for Ahrefs or any other Semrush tools, it is going to be very expensive. Data for SEO is one of the best out there. So basically, go out there, um, go into data for SEO, and then you'll have to get the API key. It's very straightforward. They give free credits when you start off, right, with them, so you can get those credits, use them, and get the API key from them and add it here, right? It's API key, add it here, and then hit save, and then that's it. You're done. Okay. Now you'll have to come back and here you go. Okay, so you've created your data for SEO expert. So you can chat with it, and you can basically get information what your site is ranking for, what's the organic traffic, and all of those kind of information, right? Again, for us it's very important because I'm handling at the moment 4 or 5 clients, right? Each and every time I don't want to get into Hrefs or Semrush and check, okay, what is it month on month traffic analysis for company A, what is the month on month traffic analysis for company B. It gets a little hectic for me if I want to do that each and every time. And also I don't want to do, okay, how much is the volume of this keyword, what is our competitor ranking for, what are the top performing keywords for me, right? What are the top performing branded keywords for me, branded versus search, branded versus non-branded, right? A lot of those things I can do analysis here. For example, I'll do it right now. I've taken RevvGrowth as the example, right? So I'll go into data for SEO, and I will say, hey GPT, can you help me with the top performing organic pages? So I'll have to be very specific here. What are the 5 top performing organic pages along with their keywords? Give me the traffic analysis for this site. Okay, and I'm going to hit enter. Okay, so it is going to ask me, do you want to connect data for SEO? I'm going to say yes. Here you go. Okay, so these are the keywords that RevvGrowth is currently ranking for, right? So it is SEO marketing guide, SEO marketing example, SEO and content, content marketing, SEO benefits, content marketing versus SEO. So these are the top 5 keywords that RevvGrowth is currently ranking for, and along with that, I can see the CPC, the difficulty, commercial intent, backlinks it is getting, right, and traffic trend as well. So yeah, so this is what it does.